The JK Theory. I'm Jay,
Okay.
and this is where we talk about anything and everything. Nothing is off topic. We talk about pretty much anything that comes to mind, and even the serious stuff, but we always try to put that little comical twist to it. So, right now, one of the big topics that's going on is the presidential debate that occurred between Biden and Trump. So, I did finally sit down and watch it all. What are your thoughts on that debate?
That like a joke in itself? Is are we starting off, or are we being serious, or are we joking? Because that debate was a joke.
I really try to watch it without being too biased. Just so you guys know, I don't like either one. I really don't. Um, I was happier when Trump was in office. I'm not gonna lie, I was. But just
Oh,
watching it, at least the first half, like before they went to break, you know how they took that break.
yep.
I think Trump was getting whooped.
Mm.
I think Biden made Trump look like he didn't know what he was doing. And he mentioned it a couple times. He's like, "You have no idea what you're doing. You want to invade this and NATO and you just can't do that." And he made Trump look bad. I think he really did. However, the second half, I think that was Trump's part. And at the end of it all, what I got out of it was I think that Biden knows the ins and outs of the government, how it works, right? What toes to step on, what to do, what not to do. But Trump knows people. He knows how to communicate. He knows how to massage egos. He knows um, he's the businessman, and I think that's what Biden isn't. And as crazy as it sounds, but if these two guys could actually sit down and combine, it would be a force. It would really be a force because I really do think we're a laughing stock. I think other countries are laughing at us because of Biden. Um, when Trump was in office,
They were laughing at us.
to a point, but there was respect
No, it was.
because I believe it was.
I don't think it
Because
was.
I remember that at first I'm like, oh shit, we're going to war. Like China, you know, North Korea. North Korea was like, we're gonna bomb you. We're but he met with them and he sat down with them and with Putin and all them and he had it under control. He really did have it under control for a little bit. I know a lot of military, and a lot of military were happier when Trump was in office. Um, those same military that I talked to don't like Biden. So when that statement was made that the troops aren't supporting Biden, they're supporting Trump, I could see that. I really could. I can't speak for all military, but from the ones that I do know that I do have spoken with, they don't like Biden. Um, but the way I see it is you have you have two bowls of shit, right? You want the bowl of shit with nuts or you want it plain?
This is what I got out the debate. If I'm being 100% honest, Biden, he knows his stuff, but he can't articulate it well. He stutter, he lose track of thought,
He
he
falls
looks,
asleep.
he looks lost. Like, like I couldn't watch the debate. I had to literally listen to it. Like I had to put my phone down and
Yeah.
just listen to what they were saying because if I watched it, I find it comical.
Did you, when they were arguing about their golf handicap, like, come
Oh
on.
my god, that that's when I'm like, y'all can't be serious. Put them two in an old folks' home and just shut the door. Like Trump is. This is what I dislike about Trump, and this is the part where people always blow past. Trump never answers anything. He never answers the questions.
He
I have no
deflects.
idea what he plans on with. Well, okay. example, when they talked about the January,
January 6th, yeah.
mhm, yeah, defected. He just went to something else because he didn't want to answer that question.
Or
Anything,
he threw it on Pelosi a lot. He's like, she said it, it's her
yeah,
fault. Yeah.
and anything that ever happens to him is somebody else's fault. It's never nothing he did. He never takes responsibility for anything. Why would I want a president like that? You take responsibility for nothing. It's always the next man's fault. Oh, our judicial system is so messed up and rigged for me. What? You are the same person that talked about how great our judicial system was, but now it's rigged. Why? Because it didn't benefit you finally. Oh, okay. No, 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 no. No, you take your judicial system, like you've been saying for years and years how great it is, and you suffer the consequences like every other person that had to go through it.
Like everybody else on his team.
Exactly.
Why isn't nobody talking about it? I was waiting for him to bring it up.
I think he forgot.
Yeah. But it's I don't know. And I do have a problem with that where if you have your team of people, and I could be off by the numbers. I think he had a team of like 43
I think it was
of his,
44.
of his homies and his homies, right? His friends.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
And they all went to jail but him.
That's a problem.
Like, come on, man.
And he close to it, so you know.
Like that's red flags. That's red flags big time.
I hate the fact that these two are the candidates. Like, we can't do a redo on this. I know November is coming up. I know it's right around the corner. But if you can find two other people,
Well, there is another one running. There's RFK or RFK Jr. He's running.
yeah, but I heard him talk too, and he ain't that much better than Biden.
Yeah. Now, one of the guys that were running that couldn't make it and ended up dropping out or whatever, Vivek Ramaswamy, he was talking a lot of good stuff. I don't agree with anybody 100%, right? But he was making sense. He was coming from it from a business aspect. He's a billionaire. His background is pharmaceuticals, but he knows people. He speaks very well. He knows politics. So it'll be an interesting run for the next election if he decides to go that route.
Well, see, this is my problem with people like him and a person like Trump. They know people. What people do they know? They know people with money. There's no way they can articulate anything to me because they've never been in my situation. They've never been in your situation. Trump came from money. Ain't like he had to work years and years to get to. No, he inherited that money from his family.
I feel that. Vivek, on the other hand, he didn't come from money. He worked for his.
I'm not too familiar with Beck.
Yeah,
Not yet, at least.
he worked for his wife. He's got a beautiful family. His wife is like a brain surgeon. She's a specific or particular brain surgeon that works on a certain spot in the brain where very few doctors do. Like she's literally out there saving lives all the time. But you got to watch some of his clips, man. And at first, when he first started, doing interviews and everything, he was on the Breakfast Club, but when he was doing interviews, people would challenge him and try to throw shade on him, and he would eat it. And one day, he was like, you know what? No, fuck you. I'm not taking this shit. No, this is what's going on. Boom, 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 boom. And he was just laying it out. And that's what I like to see. Don't sugarcoat shit. You know what I mean? If somebody's gonna challenge you on something, or if somebody believes that you're not qualified for this job or you're not this, don't sit there and eat it. Fight for your no. I want to be here. I need to be here.
Well, I would need to hear what he would have to say on black jobs.
Yeah,
and
we'll see.
and Hispanic jobs. Like I didn't know that was a thing. I must have missed those on the applications. Uh
You know how they decide that, right? It's by your name. Oh, you sound black. Oh, you sound Hispanic. Oh, this
yeah, but
bottom of the pile.
but, but what Trump said last night, it made me feel like he was saying the lower end jobs are the black jobs, are the Hispanic jobs, and these immigrants are coming to take them.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
heard that.
that's the other thing that bothered me about him. The whole damn debate. All he talked about was immigrants. That was it. That was his main focus. No matter what you talked about,
The border, the
it
immigrants.
went right back to immigrants. Like, dude,
That's
okay,
probably the only thing he can really get get at him because that's it. It's a big
that's
problem.
it is a big problem. But at the same time, he makes it seem like immigrants are the only one that's robbing, killing, and SA with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might be some immigrants doing that, okay, but you also got whites doing that. You also got blacks doing that. You got Hispanics that were born in America doing that. Like it doesn't change the fact of who's doing it. It's the fact of people are getting it done to them or things are happening. And he's just making it seem like immigrants are just running around here killing everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like it's disrespectful. And I don't care how people look at it. It is still racist.
Yeah,
And again, he has put a target on people's backs.
yeah. It's not. I mean, either way, you've got good and bad on both, and whether the scales tip up or down, there needs to be a better resolution.
They need to be better candidates.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but I think the whole structure of Democrat, Republican, Independent, that just needs to go. It just needs to
Yeah.
be, we've got these 10 people that are running, or whatever the number you want to put, five, whatever, and literally make them debate, make them talk to people, be out there. Just I just don't understand why it has to be okay. Put it this way: imagine if we had a Republican and a Democrat that was young, smart, knew what they were doing, had all the connections, this, and that, and they couldn't make it to the tier because Trump was running and Biden was running. So the popularity fucked them over.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it's terrible. It shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't. And why the hell they keep picking these old ass men?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
and when Barack was in there, Barack, he looked good. He came out looking messed up, but he looked good going in.
that job ages you.
All the time. It was dope. Clinton always looked old. I think it was the hair. He always looked old for me.
Yeah, but he had a young soul.
Yeah, under the podium. But yeah, he so I don't know, man.
Where are the JFKs?
What are they?
Where are they? Like, where are people like him? Where are the Obamas? Like, where are the younger people that want to run for presidency? I know it got to be some instead of these dudes that's like 90 and it's about to go where in a couple years. Like, you telling me there's nobody in their 40s, 50s that wanted to be president?
There is, but if you look at it, it costs so much money to run.
And that
It's
is the other
ridiculous.
problem.
So why, if you were an eligible candidate to run, why would you run when Trump's running? When you know he's going to get he's going to get the money for it.
Yep.
So why waste all your resources?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Just wait. And speaking of waiting, bro, this whoever wins this election between Trump and Biden, this is going to be the last 4 years we're ever going to see him, because
Thank
that's it. They're going to be too old. They're not going to run again.
Well, they
So
can't because both of, well, no. Well,
I mean, if Trump loses,
yes, that's it.
technically he can run, but he's not. He's not going to run again.
Mm-hmm.
He's too old. And what's 2028 going to look like? You know, it's going to be like, to my younger viewers, it's going to be like Fortnite. It's just going to be a celebrity who's who. You know, you're going to have The Rock, Oprah. Who's going to run? Joe Rogan, Elon Musk,
Jesus.
Logan Paul. Like, you're just going to have these guys run and
Well, that's what it has become. It seems like a celebrity gang. I just don't see how the presidency became such a big ass joke. Like it used to have these standards, and now the standards are out the window.
I know when it became a big ass joke. George Bush.
Ah, yes,
That's when it became a big ass joke.
that is true.
This fucking guy didn't know how to talk for shit.
You know, I do anything.
Fool me once, fool me twice. You ain't gonna fool me again. We have a saying in Texas: "You just made Texas look bad."
This is the one thing. His presidency run was horrible, horrible. But I found out he actually has a personality outside of being a president.
He's a frat boy.
Like he has a personality to him, and he freaking loves Michelle Obama.
Mm-hmm.
Loves Michelle Obama. Like I
You
feel
see him
like he would
sneaking
go to
candy in her
war.
phone and shit.
Yeah.
He's like, "I got some edibles, sweetie. Here's some edibles right there."
Like they think is so freaking funny because I'm looking at them like, how the hell did y'all where did that connection come from? But
Yeah,
yeah, but he was a horrible president. He was terrible.
yeah. And he
Terrible.
got in twice.
Twice. Good job, America, by the way.
Man, Republican twice.
I I just can't with either one of these guys though. I can't like.
So immigrants was a big topic, obviously, right, for that debate. And yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I have a theory. So they're shipping in these millions of immigrants so that they can put them on. What was he saying? They put them on Medicare. They give them assistance, which I've seen the cards and stuff. They get like $1,000 a month or whatnot. They're not living on the street where the bums are, where our freaking veterans are. They're taking up spaces in these hotels, living for free. Like, that's bullshit. And giving them Medicaid or Medicare so that they're taken care of physically, and they're going to give them the right to vote. And who are they going to vote for? They're going to vote for daddy that gave them everything. They're going to vote for Biden and try to swing everything that way.
That's
That's
not how
my
it
theory.
works. That's not how it works though. You can't. First of all, if you're a illegal immigrant, you can't vote. Secondly,
But if you're getting assistance from the state, you're getting health care from the state, what's them stopping you from allowing you to vote?
because you're not registered to vote, you have to be registered to vote.
Let them register.
That's not how it works. That's a Trump theory. That's one of his things. And this is what kills me about the immigrant thing. Yes, we have an immigrant problem. I get it. We do. It needs to be some kind of control over it. But America so quickly to forget. How did America start? Immigrants. Y'all literally came over here and took everything. Y'all literally came over here and barbared the place. Y'all are not from here. I hate to be the one to tell America this, but y'all are immigrants, technically.
Yeah. Colonizers.
You're not from here.
Yeah.
So while y'all barbading immigrants and disrespecting them and just throwing them to the wolves, ding ding. This is how America started. So yes, there is a problem. Yes, there needs to be rules and regulations and things of that nature. But let's not be blinded by the fact that y'all not from here either. As much as y'all love America and so American, and you're not from here. You're not. Sorry to tell you, but you're not.
But on the flip side of that, we're American. We pay taxes. That tax money is going to that. And I don't see how it's benefiting the Americans. I don't see how it's benefiting us.
It wouldn't matter but it wouldn't matter, bro. Like, in all reality, even if, okay, let's say they put a hold on immigrants. Let's say they fix that problem. Even if we pay taxes, where are our taxes going to go?
It needs to go to help the resources. Like, do you know that the water in Flint is still fucked up?
Yep, I sure do, because I got friends there.
That's bullshit. That's so messed up. Mm-hmm. Like, they should have, everybody should have clean running water. We shouldn't have veterans living on the street. And I understand that some of those veterans are strung out. They're having a hard time. They can't handle the shelters. They can't handle this and that. So give them the health care, the proper help, the proper assistance to help them.
The biggest problem with that is, like, I feel like they have that to a point, but I think they've taken a lot of these people have mental health issues. And that's the one thing people do not want to talk about in debates or anywhere else. There are no places for people with mental health. Not just veterans, people on the street, bipolar, schizophrenic. Yeah. Like, these people need help. And you just got them out there trying to survive on their own. That's not how it works. We have enough doctors. We have enough hospital people. And even if we don't, these are what y'all should be building.
Yep.
Creates more jobs. Creates a stability for these type of people. We need security guards. Okay, that's more jobs. Like, that's the stuff that should be going on. Homelessness. Why is there homelessness in America? For what reason? We got trillionaires out here. Why they need all this money?
Yeah.
And I love basketball players. I love football players. And I'm not trying to discredit the money that they have worked for, because they have worked their butts off, because people think they just go in and just play a game and they make millions of dollars. That's not how it works.
These are the elite. These are the real superheroes.
But they're making all this money, and it's like, okay, the money that y'all are giving these people, that's all well and cool, but shouldn't the NBA and NFL and baseball league and all these other leagues come together and be like, hey, why don't we help fund a mental health place?
Yeah.
Homeless shelters. Why don't we build these big homeless shelters for people to go in? They can go in for so many a year, so they can just bank money, so they can get out there and buy a home, rent a home so they can bring their families in. Like, why is there so many homeless people in America and people don't care about it? That's my biggest problem with America. America don't care. They don't care about veterans. They only care about veterans when it's time to run an election or they're trying to make a point about something. But homeless people, homeless veterans been there for as long as I can remember.
Yeah. I've seen it, man. I've seen it. When I lived in Idaho, I would frequent Salt Lake a lot, and I would go near the airport in Salt Lake City, and you would see under the overpasses all these freaking tents everywhere, all the homeless. Like, it was crazy, man.
In
This is Salt Lake City. Like, this is like safe, supposedly, right? Allegedly, and then you're like, holy cow. Milwaukee, go ahead.
in Milwaukee, bro, there was I don't know if you remember downtown. They used to have these homeless people. They lived under like a bridge. They used to have a whole setup. You might have, I think you were gone already. I think you have moved. But yeah, they had tents and everything like that. And it was like a little community for them. But they moved those people out. And where do they go? Like, I, that just irritates me. Like, as much money as America has for real. Now I know they talk about the debts and all that other crap, but we spend all this other money and send it to every other place and yada yada.
Billions of dollars.
Exactly. You know how much you can do for America if you kept some of that money in.
Bro, I really don't think people understand how much $1 billion is. Like,
I don't think so.
if you if you put 1,000 people in a room and put $1 million in each one of their pockets, that's a billion. It's 1,000 millions. Like, holy shit. Like, that'll change. That's generational wealth. That'll change forever.
Yeah.
It'll change forever. And you can do it all at once. You can do it city by city. You know, I nominate Milwaukee. Fucking fix Milwaukee. You know, like, do it city by city, wherever. Just fix something, get it right. You know, and move on to the next.
Exactly.
Because if you rebuild what's torn down, and the community sees that, they're gonna want to take care of them.
So, do you know in America it says it's 333.3 million people.
33?
333.3 million
Wow.
people living in America. Do you realize some of the lotteries that go on once that money builds up, it's like $500 million? With that lottery money alone, you could give each person in America literally $1 million and still have money left over for a lottery.
You can't touch lottery, though. I get what you're saying, but you can't touch it because allegedly it goes to help the schools, right?
Yeah, I bet it does.
and I don't understand the math, but I don't understand how I just won because it hit $1 billion. The lottery hit $1 billion, I think, 3 times last year. So how do I win $1 billion, but I only get to take 600 million? Like, what?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Mm-hmm. Oh, because Uncle Sam got to get his.
You're gonna tax me, right? But ain't the money going to schools? How are you taxing me? And then when you tax me for the billion, for a fucking billion, you tax me for $1 billion, I still gotta pay tax when I go buy something.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the year, I still gotta pay taxes on that because I spent money. Like,
Yeah, it's wonderful.
It's nuts. So, okay, immigrants and voting. I think they're going to do something. They're going to do they're going to do something. Some stipulation, something's going to happen. They're going to allow them to vote. Now, what about felons? Do you think felons should have the right to vote?
I think felons that are out on the street should have the right to vote.
So, if you're incarcerated, you shouldn't have the right.
I don't think if you're in jail right now, then no, I don't think you have the right to vote.
Okay. So, no matter what the crime, you're out of jail, you should have the right to vote.
It's tough. It's tough because in an aspect, I think that you've served your time. Therefore, you should be brought back in society. If they felt like you were good enough to come back to society, then you should have the perks of being in society. You should have that right. Now, they're gonna have to change. I feel like they gonna have to change everything. If Trump wins, well, he's a felon. No matter how people like to downgrade it or whatever, he's still a felon. So if he has the right to be president, how the hell are you gonna tell me I don't have the right to vote as a felon when the highest power can be a felon? That makes no sense.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe Trump found a loophole in the mix where if I commit a felony as president, it's okay. I just can't do the felony before president. I think that if you're a felon and it has nothing to do with um like a cyber crime, you should be fine.
You said cyber crime?
Yeah. So because if they're gonna rig something in an election or they're gonna whatever, I think doing it a cyber attack would be the way to do it. So I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with that. I think it does depend on what you're a felon for. What was the reason?
Right. But I mean, like that messing with election crap, like I don't believe in that. Like why all of a sudden the elections is now rigged because a certain person didn't win. It goes back to what I was saying about the whole jurisdiction system. Now everything is corrupted because this person has a problem with it. No, 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 no. It was fine. This is fine. This is how y'all wanted it. So this is what I want to ask America or Mega or whatever the hell they're calling yourself.
MAGA, yeah.
If he wins, is the election still rigged? Did they do something wrong with the votes? Are we gonna find votes in the ocean, as y'all say?
You know, he has a cult following.
Yes, yes,
And
he did.
I've seen it.
Oh, I have too.
The area that I live in, there's a lot of the cult following around here.
Yeah.
And there's some stuff I agree with Trump, a lot of stuff I don't. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, if you're so diehard Trump, because they're diehard Trump, it's all or nothing.
Yes.
And whatever he does, they look at him like Jesus Christ, like he's the Messiah. And it's wrong. You can't back somebody 100% diehard like that. You know, and at the end of the day, I'm sorry, but these Trump supporters that I've witnessed, they're not millionaires by any means. Trump's not for you. Trump's not helping you out. Trump's helping out his boys. Trump's helping out the people that are helping him run for presidential debate, that are giving him the millions of dollars. I don't give a shit you gave him $20 over the phone. He needs the millions. You know what I mean? Trump is not for the poor white. or the middle class white. He doesn't give a fuck about y'all. He's who's gonna put the dollars in his pockets the most and the quickest. That's it.
Like I said, I'm not a Biden fan. I'm really not. I don't like him. But for me, Trump is scarier for people like us
Yeah.
because of that cult, because of Make America Great. When the hell was America great?
Yeah. What year are you trying to get to? Because the only time I remember America was great, I was a kid and Clinton was in office. But I didn't really know the shit Clinton was doing until I got much older. So when is you making America to what? What are we talking? Iced tea on the porch while you watch everybody else in the field? What are we talking?
Like, I just don't get it. And please, if you're listening, anybody that's in that Trump regime or whatever you want to call it, please let us know when America was great and let me know what he is talking about in that aspect, because he still hasn't explained that either.
Give us a year. Give us a year so we can Google it. Give us a year.
Something. Give us something, because I don't know what he's talking about when he said make America great again. Can we have details of what you're talking about? This goes back to the other thing I said. He never says anything.
Yeah, he deflects and repeats.
That's it.
We did big things. We did really big things.
No, not we. I did. It's not a we in this.
I fixed this. I did this. Oh no, no, I did this. It was just me. I was just sitting there, and oh my god, I fixed this. Well, the debate. Well, no, I'm sorry. The next election, right? 2028.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see somebody that's much younger. That's going to make some changes. Mm-hmm. I really, really, really love Ron Paul, but I mean, he's older. He's way up there. But I'd like to see somebody like Ron Paul. I'd like to see somebody similar to Bernie Sanders. I'd like to see somebody like Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek, if you plan on running 2028, that would be interesting. I would love to see that. I want to see something right. I don't want to say I want to see something different. I just want to see something right, something that feels good. I think the whole red and blue needs to just go, and it needs to be, these are our top contenders. This is what it is, and I think that everybody needs fact check, including the fact checkers themselves. Plain and simple. If you're gonna throw out a quote and say, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this by this route, right? 1, 2, and 3. We need somebody that says, excuse me, you can't do that. That's gonna fail because this and that.
Right.
Like we need something there.
Yeah.
I think the news media, the CNNs, the Fox, all this, they need to stop all the biased bullshit because it's clear as day who they like, who they don't like.
Exactly. Yep.
The caucuses that happened. I was there one year in Idaho where they were doing a caucus for Ron Paul, and the place was packed, bro, packed. Media never aired it. Media said that nobody showed up. So I saw it with my own eyes. The media shit needs to stop. I think we, the people, need to be our own media and get on your Facebook Live, get on your Instagram, get on your Twitter, and show what's really what.
Yep.
Plain as day. So I really hope that 2028 we're still around and it'll be interesting. And I really hope it's not going to be a celebrity shit show. I really hope it's not. I'd rather see celebrities talk with their money and put it towards what you mentioned, hospitals, schools, healthcare, the community. It doesn't even have to be the community you're from, just a community, whatever. And I know that there's people that do it and don't boast about it or brag about it.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. But you know what? Fuck it. Boast about it. Brag about it. I don't care. Let us know that you're actually doing something. Because maybe, just maybe, if enough celebrities speak up and say, yes, I've donated X amount of dollars every year for the last 10 years for this organization, maybe that'll just trigger LeBron James to do the same for that organization. Or that'll trigger, you know, an actor to do this, or a rapper or singer to do that, or somebody that's not even in entertainment that we don't know, just a big wig in the tech industry, a big wig in the pharmaceutical industry to follow suit and do the same.
I would challenge all these sports teams, all these big time actors, all these people with money to start getting together and coming up with a way to build things for kids, because people also forget this part. People get in trouble because they have nothing to do.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I tell this to anybody. When I was younger, the YMCA helped me out, and the people that I grew up with helped us out a lot. Like the people that was there in the YMCA for us made our childhood amazing. They really did. They actually gave a damn about us. They will let us stay in the gym longer. We will have to help clean bathrooms and things of that nature. But you can tell they actually cared. They did sleepovers. They helped with after school programs. And it wasn't so much money where we couldn't afford it. It was like $1 for a 3-day pass.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Where is that at now?
Yeah.
Where is stuff like that? Again, where are these mental health clinics for these people that are dealing with stuff? And it's again, we act like people act like it's their fault. It's not their fault. They don't have control over these, I'm gonna say, illnesses that they have. It's like saying a person can control their cancer. Well, you can't. It's impossible. A mental health issue is an illness that they have. They're not trying to be these people. They don't want to deal with that either, but they have no resources, medicine, places to live, so forth and so forth. We need to build this stuff up. And I think these millionaires and billionaires, y'all need to start talking about this and start helping with stuff like that, because what else are you doing with your money besides buying stupid cars and 20 houses that you can only live in? You're only one person.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear that, man. And with that, you get my first endorsement. K from the JK Theory for 2028. Vote for him. He'll make things happen.
They're gonna assassinate me within the first 2 days.
Hey, we'll get as many clones as we can. So be surrounded, ain't even gonna know where you're at. You're gonna be at home chilling, controlling your avatar. Well, people, that's the JK Theory. Tune in for the next video. I'm Jay.
Okay.
The JK Theory. Peace.